Okay, we're gonna finish up chapter 6 now. We're gonna start with 6.4, which is nth roots. So let's start off talking about square roots, which is what you've been doing so far. If I have the square root of 4, that's the same thing as saying I have the second root of 4. And you should know that is 2 because 2 times 2 is 4. So the square root of 4 is 2. So it works the same way if you have variables. So say we're going to do a square root. It's going to be x squared. So the same thing, we could break that apart using our exponent rules. And that means there's 2 x's. Well, the square root, anytime you have 2 of something, just like on the 2 equaled 4, you have 2 of the same thing, the square root is one of them. So it's x. So you can go further. So x to the 4th. So remember, we're doing square root, so we need 2. So what could I break x to the 4th in? I could do x to the 4th. Whoops, sorry, not the 4th. X to the 2nd. X to the 2nd, because that equals 4. Remember the product rule with exponents? That equals 4. So there's 2 of them, so that's your square root of x to the 4th. So now let's try a problem. This is like number 1 that you'll have. This one is, now this is going to get bigger, but think of it the same way. We're doing square root right now. We haven't moved into any other root. Square root. If I need the square root of y to the 20th, think about how you could make that into 2 equal parts. Well, you could do y to the 10th, y to the 10th. So then the square root of that is y to the 10th. So basically what's happening is when it's a square root and you have a variable, you're halving the exponent. So when it was 2, it was 1, x to the 1th. If it was 4, it was x to the 2nd. If it was 20, it was x to the 10th. So let's try one like that. Just doing it like that. Y to the 6th. So the square root of y to the 6th, you're going to half the 6. So y to the 3rd. Now let's try with coefficients or factors. So 36w to the 12th. Now this 36, that part doesn't change. That's still the square root of 36. Which is 6. It's a perfect square. Now do what we just learned, w to the 12th. So half the 12, so it's w to the 6th. All right, last one for this video. You've got 49z to the 6th. Again, don't panic, just look at it in parts. You have a 49, which you should know the square root of 49 is 7. And then now this part is what you've learned today. Z to the 6th, we're going to just take the square root of it, so we half it. So z to the 3rd. So the final answer is 7z to the 3rd. Okay? All right, I'm going to stop this video, and then we're going to do one more with some other problems.